So today we're looking at guys that are coming over from the Korean leagues and the Japanese leagues, and we're going to take a look and see how this will translate into some fantasy value. Nico, you have a guy in mind?
So the first guy I have is Yashitomo Tsugo. He's a big bat. This is a big man, and he hit almost 30 home runs in his last four seasons, in each of the last four seasons, with 44, 2016, 28, 38, 29. This is a guy who's going to hit home runs, and he's ready to hit home runs in the big league. And he's a guy who's versatile. He can play third, first, or outfield, and he's getting some shots at third, and he can get some shots in outfield this season.
Right, I think definitely that will play into him in the later seasons where he can play at the end of it, third, first, left, right, DH, obviously, going to Tampa. But I think the two big things to look at, like you said, is power and his on base. If you're in a points league, these are very valuable. And he's definitely a key guy to watch out. He actually is my favorite guy coming over from outside of America in this year's fantasy draft. Another guy looking at, outfielder for the Cincinnati Reds, just named their leadoff hitter, Shogo Akiyama. I think what he brings to the table is the exact opposite of Satsugo. He brings a lot of average, and he brings a good defense. He's going to be their starting center fielder. Scouts have said he's got a good arm. He makes the right throws. But what really stands out to me is his batting average. In the last 3 years, 322, 323, 303. Follow that up with a 398 on base, 403 on base, 392 on base. So he's got the good contact rate. If you're looking for a guy who's going to, not really a hit or miss guy, he's going to get you that consistency. I think Akiyama is a good guy going forward.
Oh yeah, this guy is impressive with his batting average. He's a constant bat, and one thing I like to look at in this guy is his consistency in games played. He had the same exact amount of games played in the last 5 seasons, meaning this guy's ready to play all the games. He's ready to start at any time, and he's a guy you could depend on. He's ready to start, and he will start because he is a healthy player, and he's going to get you that average. He's going to rack up some points whenever you need him.
Definitely. If I had to compare his hitting to anyone in the major leagues right now, I would say Jeff McNeil would be a good example. High batting average, low 20s in the home runs, and I think that's a good appeal. You had a pitcher.
Yeah, my pitcher was Josh Lindblom. And this is a guy that started, he was a second-round pick in, 2014?
Yes, 2014.
And this guy he wasn't doing so well in the major leagues. He was bouncing up and down, couldn't get his stuff right. Then he left and he went to Korea, came back, still couldn't get it right. He went back again. In his last 2 seasons, he's been a dominant starter in Korean league. He's won the pitching title, the highest pitching title equivalent to a Cy Young in the MLB in the Korean League the past 2 seasons, and his last season he got MVP. This is a guy the last 2 seasons ERA in the 2s, and he's ready to go, and he's ready to start in the major leagues again. I believe he's got something this time. I believe he's figured out his kinks and he's ready to go. Like a 2.6 and 2.9 ERA the last 2 seasons speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't agree more. Obviously, he's going to draw comparisons to other guys who've come over back from America, Miles Michaelis being one of them. And, that's just going to be a natural, also pitching the same division as him, as Milwaukee. What you can expect out of him, I wouldn't say like the 2.8s, like what you've seen here, but, I expect mid-3s, him to be a very competent pitcher. And definitely a stable guy for that rotation.
Naturally, he's going to have a different ERA. It's a different level of play, but it's still competitive there, and he's going to be in the 3s, but I expect mid to low 3s is best case scenario for him. And, this is a guy with 20 wins last season.
Yeah, the guy knows how to pitch. He's obviously figured it out, and he's going to be a good guy going forward. Little lesser guy, he's in the Blue Jays organization right now, is Shun Yamaguchi. I think he's definitely an older guy, 31 years old. Not much is known about him, but, his last 2 seasons, he's really turned it up, especially in 2019. Pitched to a tune of a 2.78 ERA. The walk rate has stayed the same. He's walked the same amount of guys for the last 3 years, but the innings have gone up each year. So his strikeout to walk ratio is getting better. He's going to be really, I think, stable, a piece of stability for that Blue Jays rotation. And I think he could be a really, a deep sleeper coming forward.
Oh yeah, this guy's not bad. He shows that he has good stuff, and he's also ready for MLB play. If you need a reliever, he's there. He's ready to go, and he's gonna be competitive. And with this up and coming Blue Jays team, he's gonna be really good.
And not to mention, he's also been slated as a starter.
Oh, really?
He as well. Yes, so he could bounce back and forth, much like the guys like Yarnbro and Chirinos last year for the Rays. So he could kind of get you those starter points without really costing you that starter slot. So he's a very intriguing piece going forward.
It's an interesting diversity with this player that you don't get with every pitcher. But with your Kenta Maedas and like you said,
there's definitely fantasy value there. It's just going to be kind of a coin flip about what you're going to get for that particular week.